Hello, everyone, and welcome to the 5,000K subscribers special live Q&A for the Hebrew Canaanite YouTube channel. So welcome everyone who is already here watching live, and welcome to those watching after the fact, the recorded live stream. And today I have gathered like questions that you asked me on the post that I put on Instagram and on YouTube. 5K, congratulations, thank you. So I'm going to try to answer as many questions that I can. A lot of good questions, a lot of interesting questions. And I really didn't need to prepare anything because the questions were so good, and they are prompts that will keep me going for maybe, I don't know, an hour and a half if we're lucky, but 2 hours if we're even more lucky. Congrats, can't stay unfortunately. Okay, I'm happy you came to say congrats. Shaked is a good friend who lives in occupied Palestine as well. He is also a survivor of the Zionist cult like I am, and he is also a survivor of the Carnist cult like I am, and we connect on both of us deprogramming ourselves from these two cults as well as other cults that are ideologies of control and oppression, which is one of the main subjects that I talk about in this channel. So let's say some stuff before, like to give some background. So what's happening right now is that Israel and Iran are at active war. And this means, congrats, Alon. Much love here from Brazil. I'm transitioning on my diet, and you're one of my influences. Wow. Okay, so Ali, thank you so much. If you need any help and advice and support with this transition, then Tamar, my girlfriend, and I are always happy to help with this. So I'm guessing that you're trying to go vegan, and the most important thing that I have to say about that is that it is not a diet, it is a moral position against the exploitation, enslavement, abuse, and violence towards non-human animals. This is the position, and from this position you also choose to eat a plant-based diet, which is like one of the very obvious moral implications of this position. And thank you for doing this. And again, we're here for you. If you want to just send me a message on my Instagram account. So I will put it here, roble_viajero. And it's not a lifestyle choice either. It's not a lifestyle choice. It is a moral position. Or sometimes for some people, plant-based diets are a lifestyle choice. But for vegans, it comes from a deep place of conviction that we do not want to hurt any non-human animals, and any animals, including humans, also humans, we don't want to hurt. So anyway, anyone who wants advice, who wants support, who wants to talk regarding a transition to a vegan moral viewpoint and also a plant-based diet, you're welcome to send me a message on my Instagram page. A lot of people send me messages, and Tamar and I are always happy to help. This is the most important thing that we can do on this planet, to help people stop supporting the Holocaust inflicted on non-human animals by humanity. And what was I on about? I don't remember anymore. Okay, so right now, Israel and Iran are at active war. And this means that around 2 hours ago, or 2.5 hours ago, Tamar and I had to go to the safe space. It does not feel very safe, I must tell you. I don't think it's the safest space on Earth at this moment in time. But why use Meta products as a main contact point, though? It's just easy. It's just easy. You can also write to me on Google. So that's hcanaanite@gmail.com. They're all, what can I do? Anyway, so hit the like button and the hearts to get more people here. Cool. Yeah. Please do that. Smash that like button. Click subscribe. The next goal is 10,000K. 10K. 10,000K is 10 million. I'm not going to reach there so easily. But hopefully we can build a movement of 10 million people who completely and unapologetically object to all oppression and support liberation for all. Full liberation and justice for all. Maybe we can reach that 10 million people, and I think that's enough. That's our goal. 10 million people who are for for liberation for every living being. Okay, so Israel is at war with Iran. So around 2.5 hours ago, Tamar and I had to go to the safe space, and we heard explosions of rockets, and that were some of them actually hit places in Haifa, places we know and have been in sometime in the past. And this is fucking scary. I'm fucking anxious. I was considering canceling this live stream because it all felt a little bit too much. But here it is. I'm doing it anyway. But there might be an alarm sometime. At any point there might be an alarm, and every small noise is giving me the jumps, the scares. Every small noise. When people open a door, close a door, when a truck drives by, everything is super scary. I'm super scared. The explosions, they are not so close. They are like 3 kilometers away, 5 kilometers away, but they sound so close. It's super scary. I keep imagining a rocket falling on our building, and it's just... And as I say, every time I complain, it's not complaining, it's just telling you about what's going on here, I say this is a fraction of a percentage of what people in Gaza have been feeling for the past over 600 days, 20 something months, 1 year and 8 months, almost 2 years. This is nothing compared to this. If people in Gaza had this, they would be so fucking grateful. Here is an argument for why everyone should oppose all oppression. It is a classical argument. It is called the veil of ignorance. Imagine that you come to this earth, but you do not know who you will be born. What kind of world would you like to see? And as the saying goes, as long as one of us is chained, none of us are free. Why? One philosophical argument for this, and I think if this were the only argument for total liberation, it would be strong enough. It is a very simple one. What kind of world would you like to see if you did not know who you will be born? Okay? So of course we would not like to see this world, because out of the hundreds of billions of living beings in this planet, most of them are oppressed. We would not like that. A world without oppression and capitalism. Capitalism is just a form of oppression based on an imaginary number that is written in some database. Anyway, this is supposed to be a celebration. So, the veil of ignorance is a moral argument that is undeniable, an undeniable proof that you should be in the position that you oppose all oppression, both the oppression of the Palestinians and the oppression of non-human animals and all oppression. No one chooses where to be born, but everyone has the duty to fight fascism. True. Okay, so I'm doing this. I'm anxious. There might be an alarm. I might have to go to the safe space, which is not safe. At some point, maybe Tamar will join us for like 20 minutes and grace us with her lovely presence. And Elik is not answering me. I guess he's busy, busy chilling. But maybe he will come on in some way later as well. Don't forget to plug your Patreon. Yes, there is a Patreon. I will put the link to the Patreon. The Patreon is the Hebrew Canaanite, and the more people donate to the Patreon, the more I am able to do this full time, and the more I am able to get like good equipment to work with, stuff like that. And you can just share the video with people who you think will be interested in it. And the more people subscribe, the better we can do things. Okay. So, what I wanted to do today is answer viewer questions, and I have them on my phone here. And let's just start. And after I answer most of the questions that I already was asked in the comments, I will also take questions from the audience here, or maybe I will flip. We will see how things flow. Everyone deserves to be safe. Yes. Who would not agree with the claim everyone deserves to be safe? Ergo, we must resist all oppression. Because when you are being oppressed, you are not safe. That's it. That's it. So many simple ways to prove that we must be against all oppression. Okay. So first question, let's start. From John RM99. I wonder if I can show you the questions on... I can share screen. Okay, wonderful, wonderful. Let's share the screen and I can show you the questions. Window. Yes, here it is. Here it is. Share. Okay, but do I see myself when I'm doing this? Hold on. Here it is. Here it is. Wonderful. So, let's start from somewhere else. This is for later. Okay. Congratulations. Thank you. Can you discuss why Mizrahi Jews don't identify with being Arab? So the first thing I want to say about this is from Abu Yasta. Thank you, Abu Yasta, for the question. The first thing that I want to say about that is that I am half Mizrahi. Mizrahi is kind of a made-up category. I will say more about this later, but I'm half Mizrahi, whatever that means. And I do identify with being Arab. Yes, my grandmother spoke Arabic as her first language. Her mother tongue was Arabic, but she never spoke Arabic with me. But if Arabic was not robbed from us by the Zionist project, then I would know Arabic now, and I would not have to work hard on learning Arabic on Duolingo. So, this contains already the answer to the question. So what is Mizrahi? What is Mizrahi? Mizrahi is a made-up category, made up by Zionism. It describes all the Jews who came to Israel, or to came to Palestine before it became Israel, before Israel was installed on it. And they came from, let's say, North African countries like Morocco, like Libya, like Tunisia, like Egypt, like Lebanon, from Middle Eastern places like Lebanon, or like Jordan, or Syria, like my grandmother, from Arab-speaking countries. This is called Misrahi Jews. It's funny to say Mizrahi because if you came from Libya, then this is further west than Poland. So how are Polish people not Mizrahi? Mizrahi means east, east. Means from the east. Mizrahi means eastern. But Libya is further west than Poland. So how is this? Ridiculous. Just a ridiculous term. However, you are loved in Ireland. Thank you. Thank you. You are loved in Palestine. Orientalism. Yeah, it's kind of similar to Middle East, which is further west than Russia, like, for example, who are not considered Eastern. Anyway, so Zionism created this made up group. Aren't Libyan Jews Libyan African? They are Libyan and Mizrahi. They're also considered Mizrahi. This is lumped in with Mizrahi. They lumped all these groups in. The real basis for this is how oppressed you are. What is your position in the Zionist system? So, Ashkenazi Jews, including those from Poland, from Germany, from Austria, from the Netherlands, from, from Europe. Ashkenazi Jews are higher up in the rank of Zionism than Mizrahi Jews. So Mizrahi is really a socio-economic status, if you really look at it. And for Mizrahi Jews, the Zionist project has erased their Arab heritage. Why? Because they do not want to admit that those Jews are Arabs. For them, it is dangerous to admit that the Jews are Arabs. If the Jews consider themselves Arabs, then they might, God forbid, connect with other Arabs in the area. And this will be dangerous because the Zionist project brought these Arabs to go against those Arabs. They wanted to create the conflict. And then the word Arab became a bad word, a slur in Israel. If you call someone Aravi, then it is 95% of the time a slur. So no one wants to identify with this image, right? So they started to call themselves Mizrahim. Or so there is Musika Mizrahit, Mizrahi music. And it's very similar to Arab music. But it is a genre. But then the word Mizrahi became like also a slur. Because there's a lot of slurs against Mizrahim, against Mizrahi Jews in Israel. Okay? So Ashkenazi Jews would call them Arsim. Arsim is like uncultured people. Okay? So like people who go lama makara, like this. This is like a very caricaturish, exaggerated impression of an ars. But I did hear people say this in this exact same tone. So, see, interesting questions. So, Mizrahi, Musika Mizrahit became like a no-no term. They didn't want to be identified with this term because it's like a slur. So they started calling it Musika Yam Tichonit, Mediterranean music. You can go on for 5 PhDs on this question, but the point is that there is a rung, there is a hierarchy in the Zionist project, the hierarchical Zionist project, the colonialist, imperialist, statist, nationalist, ethnic, patriarchal, militaristic, capitalistic project called Zionism. Of course, is built on hierarchies, and the racial hierarchy is one of the most important. And in this racial hierarchy, Mizrahim are less than Ashkenazim, but Aravim is less than Mizrahim, so they call themselves Mizrahim, not Arab. But I consider myself Arab because I am not engaging with this shit. Okay, so that was the first question. Oh, Tamar, shalom, salam, hello. You want to say hello to our viewers? Just a quick hello.
Hello.
So Tamar will join us later for like 15, 20 minutes. Okay?
Yeah,
Okay, cool. Thank you, Tamar. Okay, very specific term, Mediterranean. Okay, let's go to the next question. Hi, Alon. Your positioning would be of interest to some channels that have larger audiences. Would you be interested in participating or at least leaving some comments, appreciations, or clarifications? I would like to see you bring your expertise to channels like the Palestine Pod or Bad Asbara. Your subscribers may have other suggestions. Okay, cool. So yeah, the answer is yes. I would love to do that. Um, Elik and I were on Bedasbara. If they ask us, or just myself, or just Elik to come again, we will come. I don't know exactly what the Palestine pod is. Like, I never listened to them. I recognize the name of the channel, but I never listened to them. But I heard good things, so I would love to be a guest there if they want to. Send them this video and tell them go to 21 minutes into the video, and Alon will tell you that he would love to be your guest. Oh, I'm G. Orwell. Oh, hello, Mek Abdul. Hi, Mek Abdul. Or Hassanabi, if Hassanabi wants to have me on his show, then definitely. Or we were supposed to be on Noah Samson's live broadcast, but it didn't work out for technical reasons. But anyone who wants to have us, definitely. And yeah, I can write comments on. I watch channels like the Cavernacle. The Cavernacle, if you want me to do something with you, if you want to be on my channel, that would be amazing. Bad Empanada, let's have a debate about veganism. Bad Empanada, let's have a debate where I prove to you that you must be vegan or that you are exposed to all the criticism that you pass on others. Okay? Come, have a debate with me. Bad Empanada. You like daring people to debate you, right? I will debate you on veganism. Who else? Who else? The Palestine poet is a Jewish guy and a Palestinian lady, both American, but it is good even before October 7th. Okay, good. So I would love to be over on their channel. Congrats on the 5K subs. Mashallah. What is mashallah? I'm sorry, my Arabic is not good enough, I see. Keep contenting them. We can help with them to get attention. Okay, cool. So Owen Jones. I don't know if he'll have me over, but yeah, maybe. Novara Media. They're big. Yeah. Okay, let me tell this to my audience. If you can help connect between me and these channels and tell them that I'm around and that you think they should have me over, then I would say yes to any suggestion. Okay. I want to spread the word. Okay, cool. Cool. Watch This Is Revolution. Maybe put some links in the chat. Okay, put some links to the channels that you want to highlight, and I will go to all the links and subscribe and give some comments to them and send them messages. Okay. Cool. Let's go. Have you read Genocide Bad by Sim Kern? I like I say in this comment, I went over it, and but I didn't read all of it yet. But we had Sim Kern on the Yalla podcast on Elik's channel, Sound of Anarchy. So youtube.com slash Elik Harpaz. At Elik Harpaz, I think. This is Elik's channel. So on it, we have the Yalla podcast, and we had an episode with Sim Kern on the Yalla podcast, and we talked to them about anarchy, about Palestine, and about anarchy in general. And the name of the episode is Anarchy Good instead of Genocide Bad. Anarchy is the antithesis of genocide and Holocaust, and this is why I believe in it. Congratulations, thank you so much. From Jazz2429. How many Palestinian friends do you have? The first answer is not enough. not enough. I want to explain shortly that there is an invisible wall within the Zionist project between Jews and Palestinians, and I have been able to cross that wall to some extent, but not enough. It's hard to connect with Palestinians here, but I have connected with many Palestinians all around the world, and we had Elik and I had many Palestinians on our as guests on our Yalla podcast, like Khader, like Indi Nile, like Muhammad from Gaza. But it's hard to connect with Palestinians here. Ironically, if I weren't here in occupied Palestine, but somewhere else in the world, I would connect with many more Palestinians in the diaspora. But here, it's really, really hard. Okay, more questions. Have you ever joined Palestinians to protest? Yes, for example, in the last Nakba Day in May, Elik and I went to do a live stream from the Palestinian organized protest in Tel Aviv University. And this was a very special event. You can watch the live stream from there. Maybe I will put the link to the live stream from there. 1 second. I will look for it. So your videos, it's on the live. It's on the live section. It was around 2 months ago. No, a month and a half ago. Where is it? Oh wow, we do a lot of live sessions. Wow. Okay, live from Nakba Day ceremony in Tel Aviv. Let's copy link address and put it here in the chat. Let me make sure that the link works. Oh no, it's to the Creator Studio. No, this is bad. No, it's not it. Here it is. Okay. So here is the link to the live stream from Nakba Day. So this is just one example. And I want to participate in many, many more Palestinian organized protests. I wanted to go to a protest in al-Fahim, but it didn't work. And in general, I want to meet more Palestinians. If the answer is yes, how do they perceive you? What do they think about anti-Zionists, Israeli even existing? I get only positivity, or at least almost only positivity, from Palestinians regarding my political positions. They love the fact that I'm anti-Zionist. They perceive me, most of them perceive me as being on their side, which I am. I don't think it's a coincidence, because they can be very suspicious of Israeli people, and rightly so. But I have tried to make it as abundantly clear as possible that I am on the side of Palestinians here, just like I am on the side of all oppressed groups on earth. Okay, I am on the side of the Palestinians, and I think that they know this, understand this, and appreciate this. So I've gotten almost only positivity from Palestinians. Okay, and this is in stark contrast to what Zionists tell you, which is that Palestinians hate you just for being Jew, which is just not true, because when you are not a raging Zionist, they like you. Okay, more questions. Since you are open about your anti-Zionism, how does it affect your life in Israel? I talk about this a lot in my podcast, and the short answer is negatively. Okay, in many aspects, it causes social rejection and ostracization. It's really hard to impossible to get a normal job here in Israel, in the Zionist cult, in occupied Palestine. It creates a lot of friction with people who I used to call friends, with my family. Tamar has also problems that she will tell about in a live stream that we do. It's persecution. It's fascist persecution. It is akin to what happened to anti-Nazi Germans in the 1930s. I think it's not as bad as that yet, But it's mainly because they don't feel like they are threatened by us. Okay, they hate us. They hate us. And even people who are way, way, way less, even people who aren't anti-Zionist and just want to do a deal to get the hostages, they also get hate. Okay, so imagine how much hate I get. I got threatening messages, and I don't know if someone I got there's a lawsuit against me, like a libel lawsuit. It sucks being anti-Zionist in Israel, and that's how they get you. They make it so that it sucks to be anti-Zionist, so no one wants to be an anti-Zionist. And this is similar to me being vegan. I'm also hated for being vegan in a lot of situations. Yeah, I talk about the lawsuit. It's a ridiculous lawsuit, but it exists, and I have to deal with it, and I can't say anything else about it. How do you feel within this global anti-Israel sentiment? It's justified. Some of it is superficial. Some of it is just like people finding someone they can hate easily without any consequences. Some of it is anti-Semitism. Some of it, a small percentage of it, is anti-Semitism. But the vast majority of it is just justified and understandable and like to be expected. Like I would be surprised if it didn't happen. And I mean, a lot of people, including me, really hate Israel, and I suppose it's not easy because you don't identify with your country. But others will see you as an Israeli. No, 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 no. I haven't experienced this. Once I say that I'm anti-Zionist, this helps. This helps. I mean, I have the credentials, like my opinions are all over the place. So it's like I'm obviously anti-Zionist, so it helps. Sometimes some people say, hey, go back to where you came from, blah, 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 blah. Sometimes. Oh, you're just a colonialist because you live there. Mostly, like 90% of the time, that people called me a Zionist and say you still live there. If you want to be an anti-Zionist, leave. 90% of the time, it's because I challenge them on their carnism. 90% of the time, and the rest of the 10% is like okay, but it's like a few. It doesn't matter. The reactions are overwhelmingly positive when I make it clear that I'm anti-Zionist. What do you think about the religious side of this war? Both sides have it. It is people who support this war want to present it as a war between religions, and people who oppose this war will explain that this is not the case. Okay? It's not the case that this is a war between religions. The religions are something that is more an artifact of this, a symptom. Okay? It's not the root cause. The root cause is geopolitical issues. Okay? The root cause is that there is a US empire that wants to take over as much of the world as possible and subjugate as much of the world as possible for their own convenience. There is a world elite that is connected with the elite in the US, and they have a colony called Israel. This is simplification, but it's big picture. It's what it is. They have a colony called Israel, and the colony is doing stuff to obtain results that serve the interests of the US. This is the big picture stuff. And how do you think all of this would end in the end? I think Zionism will fall. My guess is in 5 to 10 years, maybe 15, it will fall, but it will be an ugly process, a very ugly process. It will get much worse before it gets better. And the only thing that we can do is to build an infrastructure, a spiritual, political, interpersonal, ideological, moral, organizational infrastructure, psychological infrastructure, educational infrastructure, and economic infrastructure to support this place after all of the suffering that will be here for the next 5 to 10 years. Unless something changes the minds of Zionism, which seems unlikely, but I will talk about that later. Okay, cool. So let's go. Okay. Mazal Tov, thank you. Mazal Tov means congratulations in Hebrew. Are you guys sheltering now? Yes, we have a mamad, which is a safe space inside our apartment. It is a room in our apartment, and it's a lifesaver, a literal lifesaver, because if there is an alarm, we have to get all the cats and put them in the mamad or in the shelter. But if we had to take them to the shelter, it would be borderline impossible. And now we can get sometimes we get only two cats in the mamad, sometimes three, and sometimes this is rare, but all four, and this protects them. But it's really hard. And that's said about the explosions. You can still hear the explosions from the mamad, and they are really loud, and it sucks. Are you and your family safe? It depends on what you mean by safe. Safe is a spectrum, like everything in life. Safe is a spectrum, and we are safer than the people in Gaza. We are not as safe as like the vast majority of people in the Western world. There are real risks here, so I'm not safe, not completely safe, and my family is not completely safe, and this is horrible. Like people have died, okay? People have died. Like today, rockets hit Haifa, hit places in Haifa, not super far from where I live, not far from where I could have been. And people were badly injured, maybe some of them killed, we don't know. Since the government is cracking down on the filming of Iran's missile strikes, are you and the general populace aware of the locations that have been hit and how much damage has been caused? This is a great question because the system of propaganda of Zionism also hides information actively and intentionally from the servants of the cult, from the citizens of Israel. This is part of the propaganda machine. They propagate lies, but they also stop the propagation of real information. And the excuse that they give is if we tell Iran where the rocket hit, then they will be able to aim better. Like the place that Iran, like that doesn't, that's bullshit, first of all. And second, the real reason is that they don't want us to know because this is reported. Iran can know easily. They can just read on other in other places that leak this information easily. Okay. So the reason is to keep Israelis in the dark. And Tamar and I are working hard on knowing where the rockets are hitting, but it's hard. We have to invest energy into knowing where the rockets are hitting, which is insane and proof that Zionism is a cult. And this is so ironic, given that Israelis laugh at North Ukraine, at North Korea, at North Korea. They laugh at North Korea. But this is the same fucking thing. Israelis are the most online of all nations, and they are the most inept in understanding their own reality. Just the basic details of their own reality. Like days later, they do report the full scale of the damage, but like they hit like a chemical plant here, and we only knew that they hit it like 3 days after, and this was a big explosion that we heard. Like the loudest explosion was this. They hit like a pipe there, and we saw fires from our window. We can see like the beach, and we saw fires there and smoke coming and a lot of ambulances, but they didn't report it on the news. It's funny. There is a Telegram channel called News Israel without censorship. But so we get a lot of our information from this channel, but this channel also censors where the rockets hit, like until up until like an hour or a few hours after they hit, or even a day after they hit, because they say we shouldn't expose this. This is so ridiculous. Okay, let's continue. Questions. Do you participate in anarchist organizing beyond anti-Zionism, i.e., general anti-capitalist and anti-state effort? I can't. Like, there aren't enough anarchists here. There's no anarchist activity in Israel. Like, basically none. There used to be like 10, 20 years ago, but there's basically no anarchist organizing here because there aren't enough of us. But I consider what I'm doing here also a part of anarchist organizing. Like, to me, this channel can be a community where a lot of anarchists, and when I say anarchists, I mean that I hope they are not humanist anarchists, but total liberation people, which is the true form of anarchism. If you are not for total liberation, if you are a humanist, then you are not an anarchist. Like liberal Zionist or like leftist Zionist, like the Zionist left is an oxymoron, so does humanist anarchist is also an oxymoron. Okay, so true anarchists are welcome in this community. People who are for total liberation, also known as veganarchism, are welcome in this community, and together we will connect and bring a revolution, not a violent revolution, hopefully, which is where we topple and dismantle all systems of oppression and replace them with societies based on equality, on justice, on caring, on love, on true peace, on cooperation, on sharing, on democracy, on true democracy, where we all decide together. And I want to start a series, mostly with Tamar, but maybe I will also do like solo episodes there. Maybe Tamar will also have the courage to do solo episodes there. Maybe host some people like Elik and others to talk about total liberation. And I want to call this series Total Liberation, and we have the discussion on this subject because I think it is the most important political position to discuss right now, and also the least discussed political position. So we must do our best to correct this, and this is what we will do. Okay, so Tamar, when you come, maybe we can talk about this series. Human Earthling Alone is going over questions people sent him before the live right now. Yeah, that's what we're doing. Okay. Do you have plans in case your current residence becomes unsafe? What do you mean becomes unsafe? It is unsafe. It is unsafe. Yes, we are having serious thoughts about leaving occupied Palestine because it's becoming like insane to continue living here. And I'm not going to go into details, but maybe soon we will tell you some more stuff about that. Do you pursue any kind of spiritual practice, even as personal theater, just to scratch an itch? It's not like to me. Okay, so throughout my years, I did a lot of things that I consider spiritual. So the most obvious example is that I went to retreats and lectures about Buddhism. And like I read a lot of books about Buddhism and like blogs and whatever, and like podcasts about Buddhism. And also I was involved with the spirituality community here in Israel. And like everything in Israel, the spirituality community also sucks ass in some aspects. Like, for example, people that I know supporting the genocide, but like actively and unashamedly supporting the genocide with arguments that came from their spiritual language. This is not true spirituality. But also, I did like ceremonies with plants. And so this is the most obvious examples of me pursuing spirituality in one way or another. I am not affiliated with any religion. Okay, I am an atheist in the sense that I actively do not believe that any of the gods described in any of the theistic religions are real in any sense that is more than metaphorical. Okay, you can speak about a metaphorical God, and I will converse with you. No problem. If you speak about a metaphorical God, I don't know, maybe like Spinoza, although I didn't really go into his work, I heard that he has like a more metaphorical view of God as like nature. God is nature. Okay. Like Einstein spoke about God. Yeah, we can do that. But any specific God, I'm sorry, I'm not with you. And I think that such belief is also dangerous in some situations. Like, for example, so-called spiritual people using their spirituality and or religion to justify genocides and wars in general. And like a comment that I got on one of my previous videos that said that my religion says that humans are the only animals that have a soul. And when you say that other animals are equal to humans, this offends me. So here is my answer. I do not accept your religion insofar as it justifies supremacy. Like I do not accept Jewish religion insofar it justifies supremacy. Like I do not accept, Buddhist religion insofar it justifies supremacy. But also, I want to say, I believe in cats. Anyone with me? So this is an ancient Egyptian tradition that Tamar is part of this. Uh, 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 you know, the the cult of cats. The cult of cats. Anyway, I do want to say that to me, spirituality is not exclusive to those places that are overtly and like declaratively spiritual. To me, when I did mathematics, so I, ever since the age of 15, I was a student at university and I took mathematics courses. Um, but even before that, I was engaging with math in a very serious way. So basically, all my life, and until today, I give private lessons in math. I started a PhD, so I have a master's in math from Tel Aviv University, and I started a PhD in math in the Hebrew University, and then I left my PhD like halfway through. But my point is that when I do math, to me, this is spiritual practice par excellence. Okay, this is just spiritual practice. Also, when I listen to music or when I play the piano, this is spiritual practice. Everything can be spiritual. Uh, Spirituality is not a thing, but a way to do, a way to be. Okay, it is not a specific thing, in my opinion. Okay, wonderful. So let's go on. Have you lost hope for the Palestinians? I'm finding myself falling into hopelessness. If not, how do you hold on to your hope? Yeah, that's a hard one. That's a hard one. So, first of all, I have not lost hope. I have not lost hope. As I said, I think that the Zionist project will collapse within 5 to 10 years. And then the Palestinians will have freedom, or at least more freedom. They are strong, they are resilient, and they will not let Zionism beat them. And and it doesn't. Okay, so that's the first thing that I have to say. But the second thing that I have to say is that it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what I think, if I have hope or if I don't have hope. It is not for me to have hope or not have hope. It is for me to do whatever I can to help Palestinians in their struggle against oppression, against genocide, against violence, against murder, against colonialism, against imperialism, against capitalism. It is my duty, like it is my duty to help cows and chickens and all other oppressed non human animals. It is not my right to have hope or not have hope. I just do what I can. And I hope that this is enough in some sense. That's all I hope for, that what I do is enough in some sense, in some cosmic sense. But Zionism will lose. Zionism is a losing ideology. It's a losing fight. It's a losing struggle. Like Nazism. Nazism lost. Well, we can talk about that. Okay. How do you hold on to your hope? Let's talk about that a little bit. I found that my level of despair, hope is just the absence of despair, and I found that despair is more strong when I am inactive. So the more active I am, the more did Nazism lost though. I said we can talk about that. Maybe we will talk about that. Maybe I will do a live stream called "Did Nazis Lose?" Did the Nazis lose? We will do a live stream about that. Okay. So what was I saying? I found that the more active I am, the more hopeful I get. So my answer to both questions is the same. So first, I have hope. Second, it doesn't matter if I have hope because I have to do the things necessary anyway. And third, when I do the things necessary, I get more hope. This is my best answer. Okay. Hello, any advice on folks like yourself leaving the country right now? Is there a reason for you to stay? Are you worried for your lives? Do you have an escape plan? Should we be worried? Thank you. Oh. Thank you for helping me with my anxiety. As I said, I don't feel safe, and I am worried for my lives. We are starting to think about an escape plan. Should we be worried? Yes. Yes. Things are objectively dangerous, and they objectively suck. They are objectively violent. Is there a reason for you to stay? There are always reasons to stay, but for now, I think what I said yesterday is that the moment that I feel such direct fear for my life, anywhere else where I don't feel fear for my life, like direct fear for my life, is better. Any advice on folks like yourself leaving the country right now? Yeah, I think it's a good idea. I think it's a good idea to leave, especially if you're anti-Zionist, but also just in general. I'm sorry, it's hard. It's personal. Everything is so personal. But the personal is the political, and the political is the personal. Okay. As a vegan anti-Zionist, awesome. Vegan anti-Zionist is the best place to be. In occupied Tel Aviv, not the best place to be. Not the best place to be, but a place to be nonetheless. I'm so proud and admirative of you. Thank you so much. I wanted to know if you are able to feel some form of empathy/sadness for how deeply brainwashed people in Israel are. People aren't born Zionist racist. It is clearly taught since a very young age, and it seems close to impossible to get out of general indoctrination. Thank you, Sam Roche. I hope I'm pronouncing this name correctly. Yes, definitely. I agree with everything that you said. This is also true about carnism. So here is what I try to be like. Okay, I don't always succeed, but here is what I try to be like. I try to remember that everything, all of the violence, all of the murder, all of the supremacy, all of the inequality, all of the injustice, all of the problems, all of the hatred, all of the estrangement that I see around me is a result of oppressive systems. It is just oppression. Oppression affects everyone. This is why I said none of us are free until all of us are free. Once one of us is caged, none of us are free because oppression affects all of us. Read the ones who leave Omelas. Okay? So, oppression affects all of us, and it also affects Zionists. It also affects Carnists. It affects their minds and their behavior as well. And my family are Zionists. Many of the people I used to call good friends are Zionists. I cannot help but have empathy or sadness for them. I cannot hate them. I cannot. Sometimes I can feel hate towards them, but I cannot hate them. I cannot feel like they deserve punishment. Like they deserve what anyone who ever committed crimes deserves, which is acknowledging their crimes, dealing with their crimes, atoning for the crimes, repairing whatever they can, giving back to society. And when I say society, I mean all of society, including all living beings. Anyone who committed crimes needs to give back to society and needs to learn and needs to get better because it's always a result of oppression. Anyone who has ever committed a crime did it as a result of oppression, in my opinion, or at least 99%. And I know that everyone is good inside because I saw people who I know are good inside doing horrible things. I know that I'm good inside, but I did horrible things. I ate non-human animals for 21 years, and then I ate products of the Holocaust 2 years more. This is a horrible crime that I did many times over. I am a serial killer. This is what I did. So now I speak up for the animals because I want to be their ally, like I think you do. And I was part of the Zionist project. I was not aware enough. I served in the Israeli military. So I'm trying to give back. I worked on myself. I think I am now at a better place where I'm not so controlled by this indoctrination, which is indeed very hard to deprogram. And we see that 99% of people fail. How many people do you know who are not deeply controlled by some form of indoctrination set upon them by an oppressive system? Any oppressive system, like patriarchy, like nationalism, like capitalism, like organized religions, like human supremacy, like carnism, like Zionism, like statism, okay, nationalism. Think how many people are not affected by this at all. To be honest, I can think of none, including myself. I'm also affected by all these ideologies to some extent. It is extremely difficult to impossible to deprogram ourselves completely. So we must understand this. And when I understand this, I can come to my peers from a place of further compassion. That doesn't mean that I will filter the way that I speak, that I will filter the truth. I will tell them the truth because I care about them. Because I care about them, I will tell them the truth. Lying to people is not respectful. They always told me, you are not respectful. No, I'm being honest. And you are confusing, maybe on purpose, deception with respect. I respect you, therefore I will tell you the truth as I see it. Respectfully, I will tell you the truth. And sometimes if you're committing a genocide right now and supporting a genocide right now, then maybe you are not in the position to demand respect right now. But compassion, yes, I have compassion because I remember everyone is good inside. Okay. We in the US hear a lot about polls that show that the majority of Israelis, something like 80%, support the actions of the Israeli government and IDF. This is true. I spoke about this on Henrik's podcast, seriously, on Spotify. I will link to the podcast, to the episode of the podcast. This is a video podcast on his Spotify channel. I will put the link here. So Henrik Melius. Let's see that the link works. Yes, wonderful. So I talked about this at some point in the episode about this poll, and it is a true poll. Okay, I talked about like possible problems with the poll, but I said that the bottom line is that this poll represents the opinions of Jewish Israeli society. Can you please link to the Patreon? Yes, I can do it. Okay. So the polls are real. Subscribing now, awesome. Oh, thank you. Anyway, so 82% answer positively to the following question: do you support the expulsion and or destruction of all inhabitants of Gaza? 82% said yes. 56%, if I'm not mistaken, around 56%, so a majority, this is I'm sure of, a majority, answered yes to the following question: support the expulsion of all Palestinian citizens of Israel. So the so-called Arab Israelis. 56% of Jewish Israelis are for the expulsion of a group that makes up around 20% of Israeli society. And from being inside the Zionist cult, I can tell you that this is zero surprising. It's not surprising. In the list, it's not surprising. Whether it's their actions in Gaza or now in Iran, most Israelis are in alignment with these actions and policies. Yes, a true statement, an unfortunately true statement. When Israel attacked Iran, so Tamar and I talked about this, about the liberal Zionists finally, like around a few weeks ago, they finally started to see the light and object to the war in Gaza. Whoop de fucking do. Whoop de fucking do. After a year and a half of genocide, you finally remembered that you might have a conscience, and you decided to say, yeah, I'm against it. And we said that they are fake. I also talked about it in the episode with Henrik. Go to the episode with Henrik. I talked about this for a long time. This is classical liberal bullshit. And we said the next time that there is an Israeli attack, they will support it. And even us didn't know that like 2 to 3 weeks after we said this, there was an attack by Israel on Iran. And all of these people supported it unequivocally. Yair Golan, who said, like 5 weeks ago, he said that Israel is murdering babies in Gaza as a hobby, and he got a lot of backlash for this. And then he clarified that he's for the military, but just against the government. Yair Golan is like the leader of the Israeli left, Zionist left. This is the leader, Yair Golan. So Israel attacked in Iran at 3 a.m. in the night between Thursday and Friday, Palestine time. And at 5 a.m. Palestine time, Yair Golan immediately put a post up in his Facebook that he completely supports the war. He completely supports the attack, and he spoke like a true fascist. So 99% of Israelis are in some sense supporting. Like 99% of Israelis supported the attack after October 7th, during October 7th. They started attacking in Gaza immediately. And 99% of Israelis supported this. Then some voices started to, and this is because they are completely indoctrinated. They are zombies. They are servants of the system. This is why it is so sad. And I go back to the previous question. Okay, I feel great sadness for these people. Like I said in one of my live streams, like a few days ago, I said Zionism did a lot of crimes against humanity and against the world in general. Like also a lot of non-human animals were hurt by the crimes of Zionism. Maybe more than humans. Maybe more than humans. Probably more than humans. Because those at the bottom of the hierarchy are always hurt the most by anything. Anyway, Zionism committed a lot of crimes, and one of the crimes that it committed that is like not at the top of the list, not even close to the top of the list, but if it were the only crime that Zionism committed, it would still be a despicable system that needs to be dismantled now and completely. One of the crimes that Zionism committed is taking my family and my friends away from me. They might be here physically. I might be able to be in their physical presence. I might be able to pretend as if I'm talking to them, but they are not there. They are checked out mentally, emotionally, and their souls have been extinguished by the Zionist ideology. And this is a horrible crime that they committed against my family and friends. And for this reason alone, is enough to justify me declaring Zionism to be my mortal enemy, which it is. But it's Zionism, not Zionists. It's Zionism that is my enemy. I have seen some Israeli protests for the Palestinians on social media, but they seem small. Yes. The percentage of people who are against. So it started out as like 1% on 7th of October. Then it became like, I don't know, 2-3% after a few months. Then it became maybe 5-10% after a year. Then it became maybe 20-30% in the height, like a month ago, at the height of it, where the liberals, no, not 20-30, 15-20% against in some way, shape, or form. And then they started the war with Iran, the campaign with Iran, with one of the causes for this was this awakening. So one of the goals of the Iran attack was to take the public attention away from Gaza, and also internal attention away from Gaza, and to make people re-enlist to the cult of Zionism, which it worked. It just worked. They got what they wanted. What are you seeing among the general public around you in regards to public Israel opinion on the genocide in Gaza and now the thought of an escalating war with Iran? I answered. The vast majority are for it. They are insane. It is a collective insanity. It is a collective insanity that is dangerous both to others and to the organism itself. The organism called the Zionist cult, or I don't know, Jewish Israeli society, has a really bad disease. It's called Zionism, and it's a mental disease, a collective mental disease, and they are now dangerous to both others and themselves. Therefore, they should be committed. What does that mean? It means that the world should take responsibility. The world should take responsibility because the world created the cult of Zionism through anti-Semitic oppression, through the Holocaust, through capitalism, through patriarchy, through militarism, through imperialism and colonialism. They created the Zionist cult. Therefore, the world should take responsibility and to fund a program where all Jewish Israelis are required to go through a program of learning the history, of learning morality, of learning geopolitics, of learning about everything, and deprogramming. If such a program happens, I will be the first in line to be a main lecturer in this program about the realities of Zionism, and now it hurts everyone. And this, I suggested a mass deprogramming campaign, a campaign for mass deprogramming of Zionists. This can be started right now if the world decides. If everyone but Israel decides to do it, then this can be done. Pressure your government to do this, okay? To support a huge operation, a huge campaign to deprogram all Zionists. I will do it voluntarily without pay. I will teach any course that you want in this program to help deprogram Zionists. Okay? Okay? Wonderful. Okay, let's see what else we have. Okay, I'm getting a little bit tired, so maybe we will call Tamar for her guest appearance. I will see if she is available. And Tamar, can you come and do the guest appearance? And then we will continue with the questions after. We have 86 viewers and 73 likes. Smash that like button! At least 13 of you did not smash that like button. Tamar says, I can come. Wonderful. What about Elik? Elik! Come! I will call Elik. I will ask him if he can join us.
Hello.
Hi, Tamari.
So we'll close the door or leave it open?
Leave it open. Maybe you can hold the broadcast for 5 minutes while I refresh.
Oh no, what do I do?
2 minutes. You answer questions. Come on. You can do it.
Not even in the middle of it. Hi. Just like that, he throws me in the water. How did you two meet? We talked about that story one time. We met at a gathering at a friend's place with vegan activists. So that's how we met. This is the same group that we're not in touch with anymore since October 7th. They all went crazy. So thank them for us meeting through this kind of small organization of people, but we're not in touch with them anymore. What else? Let me see. Oh, right. Yeah. So Human Earthling asked me earlier. It's a really hard question because, yes, I can totally understand that people have no sympathy, especially if you see Israelis cheering and laughing and making fun, like mocking and making fun of people who get killed, including children in Gaza. So then, especially when something minor happens to them, like, I don't know, they have some damage in their house and you're just very scared. I can see how it's really hard to have any sympathy for them, certainly. And even for people dying, like, okay, some people are dying here, but it's a minuscule amount of the one that were killed in Gaza, and most probably supported by that same person. So I can definitely understand that. It's, and at the same time, it connects to what Alon was saying earlier about still having compassion and understanding that these people are just deeply brainwashed, and that that they're victims also of this system in a way, in many ways, and that sorrow is sorrow, and really I wish for everyone to be cured from the brainwashing rather than to die. That's what I would like to happen. And on a personal level, it's not as easy to be cheering on. I mean, not only not as easy, I think it's impossible to be cheering on or to be happy for any attacks or any direct impacts or anyone dying when it's concerned people that they could be your family, they could be your friends, people you work with. So I don't think it's a good thing, a good mental place to be in when you want that to happen to anyone. So I feel that me by actually living here and knowing these people that I know are so despised and understand why, kind of protects me from getting to the place like, yeah, I don't care if anyone dies, let them just all die. It kind of protects me from that because I know these people. I know. Let's see what else. How do you think we can move on from the Gaza situation? All the trauma, orphans, all the amputations, the loss of property and spirit. Can't really think where to even start. Yes, I don't know. In Israel, they talk about trauma, and I work in mental health. So, of course, there's a lot of talk about all the soldiers being traumatized and all the people that were at the Nova Music Festival or were in the south when it was attacked and losing family members, and up north and the rockets, and there's big trauma and there's small trauma, and even hearing big explosions, like we even did here, is a bit traumatic, not to overstretch the term, but it definitely brings about this kind of startle response that Alon was talking about earlier. And when people are talking about it here, about, oh, we're such a traumatized society, and then I think of Gaza, like, wow, how can they even live? How can their soul, how can their spirit even recuperate from everything that they've been through? And even if they survive physically, like, how do you go on with life, and how do you live a mentally healthy life? They're all, like, I don't know, like 80% must be like severely with PTSD. I don't know. Beyond all the material damage and beyond all the physical losses. Yeah, it's weird. And I think there was a study from 2005 that showed that the most traumatized population in the world was Gaza, and that was in 2005. And then you think, fast forward 20 years, no wonder it was easy enough for them to recruit people for the 7th of October 20 years onward. Like, I can't even think now what's going to happen. Like, I can't even imagine what will happen now, and everyone is entirely,
and it's just basic karma.
It's just basic karma traumatized.
Like
yeah, someone was asking about trauma in Gaza, and how people can move on.
Maybe we should do a whole episode about this, about the psychology of this conflict.
Yeah.
Tamar is maybe one of the most well-equipped people on earth to speak about the psychology of this conflict, because she is both a trained psychologist and someone who lived inside the Zionist cult and understand the psychology of the Zionist cult firsthand, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And also freed herself from the Zionist cult, so she can understand things from the outside as well, because people who are inside this psychosis, they cannot understand. And also she is very, 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 very smart. Okay, so that's another thing that she has going for her, which makes her qualified to speak about this subject.
Thank you.
And sensitive.
I think the transition.
And good.
Keep it going. Continue. So.
And pretty. Which is not a qualification to speak about this, but true
not
and
important
variable. And important nonetheless. It doesn't hurt.
It doesn't hurt.
So, Tamar, do you have any questions for me for the Q&A?
So I was thinking maybe of a kind of like a more personal question, a different question. So maybe we'll talk later a little bit about also our plans of leaving, staying, and a lot of people asking you, why do you stay? And then you give these kind of circumstantial answers, which are definitely true.
I don't know what the real answer is. It's not something that I necessarily know.
Right. So let me ask this question.
Yeah.
So obviously we know what you all hate about this place, but what do you like? What do you love about this? Both the land and not the country, not like the structure, but like the people here.
About the people, it's really hard. It's really hard. Okay, I've been hurt by these people so much that it's really hard for me to think about the things that I like about them.
Maybe the culture, maybe the.
No, I can't speak about this right now because I've been hurt so much. And because I'm in a position where I don't want to say good things about them. I don't want to. It feels bad to say good things about this society. It feels bad. But what do I love about the land? I can speak about the land. I love the nature. I love the climate and the weather. I love the beach. I love the Sea of Galilee, Kinneret. I love the Dead Sea. I love it. I love Mitzpe Ramon, the crater, Ramon crater. I love that there are so many different places. Like there are green places, and there's like a desert, and there's like the Dead Sea, which is unique, and there's like a beach, and there's warmer climate and colder climate, and there's even Mount Hermon, which is in Ramat Golan. It's not necessary. It's not in the maps of Palestine. It's not part of Palestine. It's part of Syria. But in a free Middle East, we can go visit that as well.
Yeah.
After the deprogramming, what will be good about the Israelis after the deprogramming?
Right.
I can't do it. I can't do it emotionally. I can't do it. Not now. Maybe some other time. Maybe some other
Because sometimes you are able to connect to that.
Not now. Not now. It's hard. But there were times when I was happy here.
Yeah.
Or at least it seemed like it. Like when I had a lot of friends, a lot of good friends, a lot of nice people.
Yeah. Yes, you did have a lot of friends.
Yes. I'm a very social person.
Yeah. So that maybe relates to another kind of connected question.
Yeah.
To what extent do you think that this huge chasm that has been created between you and society is a result of you changing or a result of them changing?
It's both. It's both. When things become like this, you need to pick sides. And there were too many people who picked this side, and I had no doubt that I would pick the other side. And this creates a chasm. But I think also everyone who is on the side of the cult, they lost their souls. So I don't think that they are. I think they are all lonely because they cannot even be together with each other. I think not really. They must be fake. Their souls are dead. They cannot connect soul to soul. Not really. It's a dead society. It's a society of zombies. You wouldn't say that zombies have a good time, right?
No. No, not on a deep level, for sure. Yeah, for sure. But that also, okay, so this brings up another point that sometimes I sometimes feel this, that I wish that I wouldn't be so aware. It seems like it's easier to just go along with like the norms and just by being so different, it makes life so hard. And maybe, sometimes I think back 10 years ago and I feel like I was happier then. And it feels like the more that you are actually in touch with what I believe is right, life is harder. And I don't know, sometimes I have this wish to just not be in this place where, like, when you see things, it's really hard. And don't you sometimes feel that way, that you wish that you were just like everyone else?
No, I don't. First of all, so I think what you're describing is a true thing, but it's also only part of the truth, because I think, as for now, no one here is really happy. Like maybe 10 years ago, I think it was also
right now,
like things went downhill.
Yeah.
I think that's just true. I don't see anyone really happy around me.
Right now, no.
So that's one thing that I need to say. And also, I think that the reason that they are feeling this way now is karma for them being detached before.
What do you mean when you say karma?
I mean,
not as a religious concept, but
no, just a basic structure of how behavior works.
So explain, because I think maybe when you use that word, a lot of people have this connotation of
mystical. It's not mystical. It's not mystical. They were in a situation. They repressed, denied, avoided, participated in making this situation worse, and then it just exploded on them. Just what you said. You cannot keep people under oppression and not expect consequences for these actions.
Yes, it's like when you see,
And their detachment was part of it.
and then in the
They went. I went to Indi Negev to a music festival near the Gaza wall.
yeah,
Okay, I was part of this detachment.
yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
and it's like, yeah, it's basic karma in the sense that your actions have consequences, even if you imagine that your actions do not have consequences. Still, in reality, they do.
because
Reality, what is reality? Reality is that thing that even if you ignore it, it will affect you.
Mhm.
So it's reality, the oppression of the Palestinians and the Zionist project being a colonialist, racist, ethno-nationalist, blah, blah, all this, capitalism, the reality of patriarchy, all of these realities, they were there before we noticed them. They affected our lives. And to me, this process of becoming aware is a way for me to deal with it better. I used to be depressed and thought that I was the problem.
Yeah.
But now when I'm depressed, I see why. I tried to run away from my depression, but now I'm facing it head on. And I find that this, like I said before in this live stream, I said that the only thing that gives me hope is being active.
So some people are not in that place. Some people are just depressed. They're just looking at the world around them and they see everything that humans do here.
Yes.
And they're just depressed. They're just depressed.
So my suggestion is be active. Like you are. You are active. You are here. You are doing this. And don't you feel better when we go to a vegan protest? Okay, the way that Tamar and I met was in a group called the Vegan North. Now I call them the Zionist North.
Yes.
Because after October 7th, they changed the profile image of the Facebook page to the Israeli flag.
Yeah.
Just the Israeli flag. Not the original logo with an Israeli flag. Just the
Israeli flag. It was very blatant in your face. Yeah.
Anyway, so we met in that group and we went to do a lot of activism for non-human animals. It was difficult, right?
Yeah.
It's a difficult. You have to stand in the heat or in the rain or whatever, and you have to talk to people, and they're nasty to you, and you have to be nice even though they're nasty. Yeah. And it's really hard. Okay. I always felt good after. Like maybe it was difficult emotionally, but I was like, yeah, I did something.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And I think you did too, right?
I mostly did, but it was also very hard because it's really hard for me to encounter indifference and encounter aggression.
Yes.
When obviously you're there because you want the animal holocaust to stop.
Yes.
And it would make me a bit kind of demoralized and discouraged.
Yes, sometimes yes.
Yeah, so
but this is better. This is better because it makes me like
definitely.
Listen, in the last year and 8 months, I have helped more people come closer to veganism than I have in my entire life before that. Okay, which is an amazing thing that I'm so happy about that. And we both did a lot in this. This is what I hold on to, and I don't want to be sad. I don't want to be depressed. I don't want to be demoralized. This is also something that the system does to regain control.
Yeah.
I don't want to be sad.
So there's this thing where it's both just on a very immediate level when you're so aware of the atrocities going on. It's hard to be festive. It's hard to be happy. It's hard to be.
Yes.
And also there's this thing, like for example, sometimes we like make good food and like we eat it or we go out to a party and then I feel like it's not okay or something. Or if you were to post this on your Instagram, it's like, wow, people are starving in Gaza. Why are you posting the food? Yeah. And then I'm like,
this is why I almost never post food.
Yes, and then I'm like, on the one hand, I understand the sentiment, and on the other hand, I think like, but why is it okay for people that are oblivious to what's going on to go out and party and post their photos?
Which is what they do.
You know, then they'll be like, yeah, okay, I don't care. I'm going out to a party. I don't care. I have a recipe channel, and here's my food, and all they do is talk about food, and they never.
But some of them get hatred.
And well, if they're Israeli, but if they're not Israeli, then not necessarily so. Because okay, this is their thing. Their thing is recipes. Great, it's a great service to the world. So they're not required because they don't talk about these moral issues. They're not required to be I don't know, to abstain from happiness in their
And
life.
for us, putting up pictures of tasty vegan food is part of activism.
Yes, it's not
for
even just like
non-human
look
animals.
how much fun we have.
It's not about
part
that.
of activism.
When I put
Yeah.
pictures of the vegan food, it's just so that people see that there is good and tasty
Yes.
vegan food, and they don't think that they cannot change because then they would have nothing
That all
to
you
eat.
can eat is like seeds or like boring food.
Yeah, I want to
which
combat that.
Which
So
is
this
not like this preconception. Yeah.
putting up pictures of vegan food is a form of activism for me,
Yes.
and an important form of activism for me.
And so, and even so, you can get
Yeah.
pushback on that, like,
Yeah.
oh, why you're, you know, and I'm like, but why? Why is it like that? That people who don't care about
it's
anything
success.
have like a free pass to enjoy life, and people who actually care don't. And this is not.
No, I don't think that.
But it's
I don't believe that.
But it is happening. Like it does happen, and it's also
no. But the
and
reason
it also usually comes from people who maybe have like a certain focus on things like the genocide. But like to us, we're always aware from the moment that we were born, and people that are aware of what's happening in Palestine as well. They realize it didn't happen on the 7th of October.
Yes.
It's happening for 70 years, and who knows how long it will go on.
Yes.
So can we never be happy our entire lives? Can we
Yes.
never feel that we can go out and enjoy good food? Because there's always animals going through a Holocaust, which I'm aware of every single day of my life, and I'm sad about it enough as is. So that means that you can like never be happy. But I do. So I want to say this. I both feel on a personal level it's hard for me oftentimes. Like a lot of times my happiness is accompanied with like sadness in the background about mostly, think about it depends on that moment, but there's always something, to think about whether it's the chickens in cages or people starving or cows being loaded onto a truck to the slaughterhouse or and so it's both hard to be completely happy, and also it's like socially punished, especially because you are an activist who talks about things.
Yeah, it's success.
Yeah. Oh, that's all you have to say about that. Thank you. Yeah.
Thank you for helping the cheerful spirit.
Yeah.
No, but here we're allowed. Okay. We're allowed to laugh and we're allowed to be happy. This is the goal of this.
Yeah.
Okay. Why am I against oppression? Because oppression prevents living beings from being happy and free.
Yeah.
So being happy and free is also a form of a resistance for me. Okay. And let's do it for one moment. Let's try to be happy and free now. Okay. And let me. So please, if you want to tell the audience or me something positive, if you want to ask something positive, let's do that. Okay.
Oh no, you got me at the wrong.
No.
I don't have anything positive.
Oh, come on.
Ask you something positive?
Yes. The rockets couldn't have gotten you this bad.
The rockets, it's at the end of the day, it's nothing, It's like all the things that keep going on. I mean, yes, this is also the thing that it's really consuming. It's all consuming, like 24/7. You're like anxious and like where are all the cats in case there's a siren, and it completely distracts you from everything else.
Yes.
And that is so annoying because that's what they want. And and like at the same time, I refuse to forget about all the suffering, all the other suffering that is so much worse. So much worse. It just keeps happening and it's just going on constantly. And even when the rockets, rockets come here, and I think about the cows in the cow shed or the chickens that are. It happens quite often that there's this report like, oh, no casualties. Oh yeah, a bunch of cows were killed. Yeah, they're not even counted as casualties, know. Yes. And then the only thing I think is like, oh, they're probably better off dead because now they're liberated from their suffering.
Yes.
But yeah, I think it's important to try to enjoy life because it's also the only life that we have, and it's true what you said. Why don't we want freedom and liberation and equality for all so that people can be happy? So why should we be sad? And
I don't want to be sad.
Right.
I don't think me being sad helps anyone.
It doesn't help anyone.
No.
Yeah. It's not like it's from a place of disconnecting and of ignoring
I
reality.
really believe that true happiness is a form of resistance.
Yeah. Yeah. So maybe you say something positive.
I say something positive.
Yeah.
I feel like inside all this madness, we are staying sane. And this is the thing that makes me the most happy. This is the thing that, like, we see insanity and we choose to respond to it with being more sane. And I love that for us. And I feel that from this place, true creativity can come and good things can come. So this is my hope. And I want to, can I announce the Total Liberation series?
Oh, yeah, sure.
Okay. So, Tamar and I, a lot of the things that I discuss or that we discuss on this channel is a result of conversations that we have between us. And one of the conversations that we've been having lately is about like what is our true position, like what do we really believe in, and we arrived at the clear conclusion that what we believe in, you know, it's something that can change, right? But the position that we're in, we've come to understand that we believe in total liberation. This is the correct position. And we want to start a series where we talk about this. And I feel that like liberating Palestine is a result of total liberation. Liberating non-human animals is a result of total liberation. Liberating anyone is a result of total liberation. This is this slogan of none of us are free until all of us are free means that you should be for total liberation. Okay, and that this is the only correct position if you're talking about liberation at all. And we want to start a new series on my channel where we talk about this directly, about all aspects of total liberation, how they connect together, how we can bring them about, what to do practically in the pursuit of total liberation, and really go deeply into this. Maybe read some texts. I don't know, like interesting things. So, do you want to say anything about this series?
So yeah, I think some of the lives that we did were actually, without calling it that, were about that.
Yes.
About the intersection between all different struggles for liberation and equality. And really, to me, it seems that anything that doesn't focus on that, it's too narrow in its scope, and there's so many things that even in daily life. Maybe in a minute I'll talk about the experience I had with work this week.
Yeah. Okay.
How it's so relevant for everyone.
Yes.
And it's the easiest place to see this lack of liberation is where someone is oppressed. Someone is in this moment in a position where they are oppressed and brutally oppressed, especially so. But it's of course not the only place. And all of us are in the grip of capitalism. And even if in a certain system, the aspect of that system in which a person is the oppressor, you're also not free, because then you're sending your children to possibly be killed. I can't see how that is freedom. That's out of free will. This is what you'll do. You'll put your own children in grave danger. So I really deeply believe that we're all, at the end of the day, victims of this, and including even the billionaires of the world who have to chase money and power, because they think that'll give them.
You think Elon Musk is happy? He looks like one of the saddest people in the world.
Absolutely not happy. Yeah. And
I would not trade places with Elon Musk. In the veil of ignorance, I don't want to be Elon Musk.
Definitely not. And this is what a friend of mine that I used to do activism with told me, like when in reference to Hitler, because he said to me,
he was a very sad individual.
Because my friend said to me that he believes that everyone is basically good, and that when they do bad, it's because they're sad, because they're suffering. And this is kind of like a Buddhist belief.
Yes.
He's kind of into Buddhism, or I think he even calls himself a Buddhist, even though he was assigned being Jewish at birth, doesn't matter.
Yes. AJAB, assigned Jewish at birth. AJAB.
So I told him, this was years ago,
Yeah.
So I told him, no, but what about Hitler?
Yeah.
He was like, no. Then he asked me, would you want to trade places with Hitler? He's the
Yeah.
most miserable person
Yeah.
ever. I'm like,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
that's true. That's true.
Yeah.
So yeah, on this channel,
Elon Musk is the best example possible for the phrase "money can't buy you love." He has all this money and he has zero love.
Yeah.
He has $273 whatever billion, but zero love.
Yeah.
Can you find a more extreme example?
Yeah, it's true. It's really true. So the total liberation.
I'm polyamorous. I'm married to 2 cats. Tamar is also polyamorous in the sense that she has. I am her ben zug. Ben zug is partner. Okay, and one of the cats is named Benny, and he is her Benny zug.
He's so cute.
He has many simps though. Who has many simps? Benny is a simp.
Elon Musk. But
Elon Musk, yes.
But that's not love.
Benny is a simp for Tamar.
He confuses admiration with love, and
Yes.
that's very sad because you'll never be fulfilled.
And not so many people even admire him.
No, but like a simp is this dynamic of admiring someone, but admiring is distance and love is closeness. So it's a very kind of classic narcissistic dynamic. But anyway, so total liberation is going to be about connecting it all, but in a very kind of organic way.
Yes.
And I think that the way that we talk about things in our own private conversation, we don't separate these different issues. It just flows from one into the other. It's so naturally connected that in our conversation, they come up naturally, and we'll make an analogy, and then. But we don't try to do it. We don't have to try.
It's just obvious that it needs to be done.
It just comes up naturally because it is naturally connected. So then naturally it comes up in our conversations, and that is what that podcast is called. It's going to be about channel. No, it's not channel.
Series.
Yeah.
Series of live streams.
Called, which I will be a part of.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
So yeah.
Cool. So we are excited about that. And also, there was a question. I'm not sure that I screenshotted it, but there was a question. Are you guys planning to do like recipes, like vegan recipes? We did film a pilot episode of something we were planning to call Extremely Vegan, which is where we cook vegan recipes, make vegan recipes, and talk about non-human animal liberation. I don't know, it was really difficult to film, so maybe it's not such a good idea, but we will think about that. We will think about that as well, to do another series. We will see, okay? We will see where it is.
Another option is to do something.
I would be up for that. Any opportunity to talk about veganism is a good opportunity.
Yes. It was just logistically hard to both think and have conversations and be practically like cutting things and having the right angle and so
we'll see how we can do it.
Yeah,
we'll see how we can do it. Maybe we can film ourselves making the recipe and then do like voiceover.
Yes, maybe. Maybe.
We will see.
But also, there's no shortage.
Can we help with better camera or mic? If you want, if someone doesn't want to like donate monthly to the Patreon, but wants to help the channel in the sense that you buy equipment for the channel, like I don't know, I need a better camera, I need a mic that I can put on my jacket, like stuff like that. That would be really helpful. If you can help me with that, please send me a message.
If they're not in Israel,
we can figure it out. Like the technicalities, we can figure out. If you want to help in this way, this would be really, really. Can you make a list of what you guys need? Yes, I can make a list. So, Poe, where can I send this list? If you can help, then this would be amazing. We can help with it. Who is we? Okay, maybe if you want to say who is we, you can say who is we. If not, we can speak with you after. Okay, that's amazing. Thank you so much. This is amazing.
That's another positive thing.
We just need to ask for stuff. We as in I or people here. The royal we.
The royal we. Yeah.
Okay, amazing. So can you send me a message on? maybe email is better. So it's hcanaanite@gmail.com. If you can send me an email, that would be Kana Night, right? hcanaanite. Okay. Thank you so much, Paul. Amazing. Good things are happening. Okay. So this is a cool announcement, and maybe I will go back to answering
Yeah, I was
questions.
just gonna say.
But last thing that I want to ask you, if you have anything to wish for the channel, for me, whatever.
Yes, I
Take
think
this opportunity.
I think I tell you this all the time. This channel should have millions of subscribers. I don't know of any other channel that is so accurate and deep and good-hearted and precise and nuanced and really unique. I think it's so unique. I really don't know of anyone else that and as well. And you haven't seen this as much yet. And this is what I really want you to go into more: is use your theatrical abilities.
Yeah.
He's got great humor and great theatrical abilities. And use, work with your emotions and like do impressions of people and do like little bits and
it opens up slowly.
Yes, no, it's really oftentimes he'll do it with me. I'm like, oh wow, everybody should see this. This is great.
Like I did, the Instagram post that Tom York put up, where he both sided his way to pretending like he cares about anything but himself. So I did a dramatic reading of that post to Tamar, and I don't like, sometimes it just comes and there's no camera around, so I don't care. But like sometimes I want to do it on camera as well. Okay.
And yeah, really for also more and more people to understand, because I think that some of these messages are they're quite different from what a lot of people are used to and complex, and then it's often misunderstood.
Yes.
It took me time to understand many of these things.
That's true. It took me time to understand these
but
things.
And
a lot of time and effort to understand these things.
And then starting to explain it is really hard, and even though you explain really well, I think.
Thank you.
I think you have it all. Really, you have kind of like the ability to explain well and to talk to an audience, like the teacher element and also the theatrical element and the authenticity. And I think this is something that can't be missed. This is just an intuitive, like you have just this intuitive feeling about a person, and you can just tell that you're genuine. And I really wish for you and for people watching that you recognized it, that you can recognize in this world full of fake what's real and what's fake, and that they really see that you truly care, and that all these claims or all these kind of insults of you think you're moralistic or you think you're better than us, that this is just not the place that you're coming from at all, that you really truly want the best for everybody and have thought very deeply about these topics, and that you don't mince words. And I think this is a really good thing. It's not being fake, it's just being real and saying it how it is. And I think that if you respect a person, then you tell them how it is. You don't patronize them.
This is what I said before, that for me, telling the truth is a sign of respect.
Yes, being honest and not patronizing a person. Oh, I'm sure they won't understand it, or I'll have to be fake nice to them. And if you didn't have this optimism that people could listen and understand things, then why would you even bother talking to them?
Right.
This is always the funny thing. Oh, you think you're better than? No, this is why I'm talking to you, because I have hope in you. I have hope that you might change. Otherwise, why bother? Why bother talking to you at all? Like, you've stopped talking to many Zionists because you lost hope for them.
Yes.
So this is really your guiding principle in this channel as well. And I'm really happy that many people see it, and I hope more and more people will. And for this to become something really, really big, and something that will actually change the world in the ways that it needs to, which is no less than a revolution. Yeah. So subscribe, donate to his Patreon.
Yeah, exactly. Like, subscribe, smash that like button.
Send it to anyone.
Subscribe to the channel. Our next goal is 10,000 subscribers, and on 10,000 subscribers, I will do another Q&A.
So a few things
Okay.
that you can do is obviously send it to people that you know that may
Yeah.
be interested. And also if you watch other channels, you can comment there and say like, oh, check out the Hebrew Canaanite.
Yes,
mention
give links to the episodes
Yeah.
of the Hebrew Canaanite on other channels that are relevant. You can do that.
Yes,
If the channel has a lot of subscribers, then this is good.
Yeah.
Mention me on Instagram, blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
Tamar, can you hold the line for 2 more minutes as I use the bathroom, and then I will finish up here.
Sure. Okay, what do I say now?
Answer a few questions from the chat, maybe.
River Rune. I am autistic and some type of asexual, so I know what you mean. I need and love to be alone. I think I want to live alone, even if I fall in love with someone. Shasta, that was a response. What if you're completely happy alone? Wow, that would be nice. Sometimes I think that I just want to be friends with other animals, like with cats, with birds. I really want to be friends with birds. So funny story. I was just reading about how to become friends with a crow or crow and a crow. I think this is how you say it, because they're known to be smart birds, and oftentimes they'll come to the balcony, and I really want to learn to communicate with other animals, because I feel like it could be much more positive experience than with many humans, and that I'm missing out so much because words that you think they connect, but oftentimes they actually disconnect and they mask. And when I learn to be more in touch with the non-verbal, or at least not the human language, there's this whole world that can open up to me, and I would love it. I know people have friendships with, obviously I know it's with my cats, but with birds as well. But then I was reading this, how to connect to a bird. I'm like, yeah, but I probably shouldn't do that, because then if the bird comes to the balcony and then one of my cats sees the bird and just gonna attack the bird. So yeah, I shelved that idea for now, unfortunately. And then the next day, there was actually a bird got stuck on our balcony, because at the balcony we have glass like screen up to the railing, and the bird, because of the glass, didn't know that she could fly over. So she was like going like this all the time. Like, I thought at first that she was wounded, but it was because she didn't know she could fly over. And then Messi,
the bird?
Yes, and then Messi, one of the cats, came running. So lucky I heard the scream of the bird, like she was scared. So I came and I put Messi inside of the house, and I closed it, and then I was able to lift the bird. Once I realized the bird wasn't wounded, lift it up with a towel, and
this is something that is not known.
fly.
They can't fly away because of the glass.
Yes.
It's weird.
She was fine. The wings are fine. Whatever.
Yeah.
It's just had to lift her up.
Messi is the orange cat.
Yeah.
One of the 4 cats that we
sorry,
take care
yeah.
of. He is an orange cat.
Yes, he is so sweet. But yeah,
Yes.
he
is very sweet in the sense that his pancreas does not produce insulin. So he is full of a lot of sugar all the time.
He has
So
diabetes.
He's very sweet.
Yes.
A very sweet cat.
But he's also so sweet. I think he's also right now in the safe room. He's taken a liking to sleeping there, which is great.
You are Barcelona fans. No, Messi was given this name by someone else who abandoned him.
Yes.
Someone else abandoned him.
Yeah,
and
and called him Messi.
Horrible.
Yeah.
Horrible.
So yeah, I guess I'm fine with Messi, the football player, but
Yes.
I didn't choose the name. He came with it. It's actually quite a common name for cats here in Israel. But anyway, so that's why I had to abandon the idea of becoming friends with birds here, at least for now. But this is one thing that I would like to do, and also goats and sheep and rabbits and other animals that I would love to, cows, to befriend. There's such a big world out there, which so limits to our human focus.
Yes.
So like sometimes I feel alone, but then I'm sitting on the balcony and I see the birds. I'm like, oh, if only I had connections with them.
Yes.
I'm not alone at all. There's so many creatures here, but I'm just so solely focused on humans, and it's such a shame. But it's really hard because we're so conditioned to just be in touch and connection with other humans, and we lose our ability to be intuitively in touch with others, because human language, abstract thinking and all that becomes such a central tool in our
and also a limiting thing. You get addicted to language.
Very limiting, and I'm a very verbal person, so there's a lot to learn and unlearn there. Anyway, so I'll leave you to it.
Yes, I will finish up like 15 more minutes, and then we will finish.
Yes.
Okay, thank you so much for helping me. Okay. So Tamar is lovely and amazing as usual. And now I will get back to answering the last few questions that we have. Favorite protein? I guess tofu. Tofu is really good. I like tofu. Let's go. Share. Okay. So, questions from. Can I change the size of the window? I don't think so. Okay. So, questions. One, is it true that Israelis go visit platforms around Gaza, including school children, to view the destruction? Is it few or many, and why? I spoke about this on the episode with Henrik as well. I will link to that episode again. I spoke about this on the episode with Henrik as well. The answer is yes, it's true, and it's part of a very disturbing phenomenon of Zionist field trips. Okay, and I spoke about that on Henrik's podcast. Is it few or many, and why? I don't know if it's many people, but it's a thing. It's a thing that's happening, and why? I explained on Henrik's podcast. Like it's part of it is sadism. Part of it is sadism. It's not all sadism. It can be insanity of other forms, but it's part of it is sadism. Can you please describe any experience you have had of soldiers degrading or harming Palestinians, which shocked you? So I don't have many personal experiences with this kind of thing, like that I experienced firsthand. I did experience oppression, like by the police, in protests. But I heard and saw a lot of things, online, and heard a lot of stories. I think the one of the things that shocked me the most was a few years ago, where the Israeli army killed Shirin Abu Akleh, who was a Palestinian American journalist who was covering the crimes of Zionism here in occupied Palestine. And the Israeli army shot her dead. Sniper shot her dead on purpose, in my opinion. And her murder sparked up a lot of bad feelings among Palestinians here. And in her funeral, people were carrying her casket, and then there was a lot of magavnikim, like people from the border patrol, which is a unit of the Israeli army, the most despicable, one of the most what's the word, notorious units for the oppression of the Palestinians. They came there. A lot of magavniks came there, and they were beating up the people to keep the order. So they came and they beat up the people carrying the casket, and I saw the video where her casket was turned over and her dead body, murdered by the Israeli army, fell out of the casket. This was the moment. So after this, I felt sick. I had a big fight with my family. I was at family dinner, and I had a huge fight with my family because they were so completely indifferent to what was happening. I showed them this. I told them that I was super upset, and they were indifferent. They were detached. Like I said, Zionism takes the souls away from your loved ones. They were detached, and I yelled at them, and I started yelling in Hebrew, but then I continued to yell in English. I said, "This is not my language. This is not my country. This is not my people. I hate you all." This was one of the biggest fights I ever had with my family. Would you feel comfortable with saying you're Palestinian instead of Israeli? I would feel much more comfortable with saying I'm Palestinian instead of Israeli. Palestinian is just a description of fact. Like I'm from Palestine. This land is called Palestine, so I'm from Palestine. I was born in Palestine. FYI, the sniper who shot and killed her died recently in Gaza. Good. I called myself Palestinian many times. The only reason that I don't change the name of this channel to the Hebrew Palestinian is because I'm afraid that Palestinians would get the wrong message from this, like I'm appropriating their culture or something like that. But I would love to be a part of the Palestinian people. Palestinian people, meaning people who were born in Palestine and live in Palestine and want Palestine to be free. This is the Palestinian people for me, and I will gladly be part of the Palestinian people in this way. No, you're one of us. Okay, good. Thank you, thank you. So I need to learn Arabic. I need to get many more Palestinian friends. I think Palestinians agree. Yeah, I have not gotten any actual pushback on this from Palestinians, but I'm still, worried in this aspect because I might get some pushback. Let's agree that I might get some pushback from Palestinians about this. Okay. Do Israelis worry about how the world sees them now? Should I be shocked? It hasn't affected mindset of most. You shouldn't be shocked. Like, it's like everything with Zionism, okay, and with all oppressive ideologies. Like, you should always be shocked, but you should never be surprised. This is the thing. There is no limit to their insanity, to their callousness, to their pure stupidity. Pure stupidity. Like, you can, I can understand not caring about others, but not caring about yourself. They are so detached from reality that they do not understand how the world sees them. They do not understand this. I don't know if they're in denial or they've just been, brainwashed so much that they cannot. I don't know what's going on there, but they do not understand how the world sees them. They do not understand that they will be remembered like Nazis. Okay? Let me show you a Facebook post. Let me show you a Facebook post that I put on Instagram, on Facebook a few days ago. I was talking about this. Hold on, I will open it, and this is what I wrote. 1 second. Where is that post? Okay. Okay. Let's see if I can translate it to English. No, it's not easy to translate to English, but let me just show you. Let me just show you the post that I put. I will share the screen. Here it is. So the post says, all the hospitals in Gaza were completely destroyed, except for one that is half functioning. How do Zionists still, how are Zionists still able to tell themselves the ridiculous story about collateral damage? What is even more ridiculous here is that they cannot even see that in their justification for attacking hospitals in Gaza, they themselves are justifying the attack of the hospital in Soroka near Beersheba in Israel, okay, which is jam-packed of soldiers and is right next to an army base. The entire world is laughing at the responses of Zionists who are suddenly shocked and appalled by the attack of the Israeli hospitals and the attack of civilians in Israel, when they have been doing it every single day for over 600 days and keep telling lame excuses about it. Zionism is one of the most pathetic and destructive jokes in history, and everyone who is a part of it is going to be remembered for generations as the bottom of human existence. So this is something, and Victor is saying, he's like giving pushback. He does not agree. He does not agree, and Victor is a smart guy. He used to be a friend. He's a smart guy, but not smart enough to see how the world sees him. So he's giving pushback. Let me show you what else I put. So this is, I shared something which is to the same effect, and then I said exactly, if Zionists do not wake up, התעוררו על עצמם, wake up, it's an expression in Hebrew. If they do not wake up and quickly, they will bring huge destruction to themselves, to the Palestinians, and for the entire planet, and will be remembered throughout history as one of the most despicable uh, 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 cases of hypocrisy, narcissism, hatred, arrogance, gasut, like gasut. How do you crudeness, brutality, cruelty, and lameness in documented history. And all of this while the entire planet will laugh at them for generations and generations, for generations to come. This is what I wrote. This is what I think about how Zionists are perceived throughout the planet, but Zionists do not see this and will not change because of this, including people who should be smarter. This is what to be part of this cult. Cults make you not see reality for what it is. Let's continue. Did I close it? No, I should have it. Why don't I have this window to share? I'll open it again. Okay, so let's continue with the questions. There's just a few more questions left. There's just a few more questions left, and we will finish. Because I'm getting super tired. I've been going for over 2 hours now. Okay, so we will continue with the questions for a short time, and then we will finish. Okay. Whoops, too big. Like this. That's nice. So the Israelis worry about, should I be shocked that it has... I know you talked a lot about the cult mindset, but it's so extreme and hard to understand. No. It's not extreme, okay? Like, it is extreme. But what we need to understand is that in this situation of such deep control, deep indoctrination, deep propaganda that is surrounding you completely, you can convince people of anything. You can convince almost all people of almost anything. This is what there is no limit to this. Okay? This is what the phenomenon of Zionism needs to teach us. One of the things that we need to learn from this phenomenon of Zionism. Okay. Next question. Let's see. Why can't I? Okay. So I think there was one more question. My daughter and I have a question for you. What is your position on killing mosquitoes? My position is that I am against this. Let me explain. A mosquito is a living being. It is not bothering you, not really. It might get you slightly annoyed at the very most. And if it's a dangerous mosquito, just stay away from it. Okay, it's dangerous for a reason, to protect itself against you, for example. So stay away from it. But most mosquitoes are not dangerous, so there's no reason to kill them. If a mosquito is attacking you right now and it's dangerous, you have the right to self-defense. But other than that, there's no reason that you should kill the mosquito. There's no reason that I should kill a mosquito. I killed mosquitoes in my life. Okay, I did it, but I never felt good about it. I saw other people do it. I never felt good about it. There is no reason to kill mosquitoes, and you shouldn't do it. And I try to not do it. Yeah, Hatem, what is your question? Maybe I missed it. I'm sorry. I might have missed a few. If there are questions that I missed, please write them now. But I'm getting super tired. So maybe next, your question will be the last question, Hatem, because I'm exhausted. So it's okay to kill mosquitoes if there's like dangerous bacteria they're carrying. No. Only if they're attacking you. If they're carrying dangerous bacteria, stay away. We love you, Alon. Thank you. What is the question? Why are foreigners allowed to leave Israel but not Israelis? I don't know about foreigners, but I think yeah. There's like, that's The Israeli government is trying to control its citizens as much as possible, and now the citizens are becoming more and more obedient, and the situation is becoming more and more dire, and they are exploiting this situation in the style of the shock doctrine, okay? And yeah, they're trying to keep us as prisoners inside the cult, and they're doing a good job. It's hard to leave Israel. It is possible, but very, very hard to leave Israel right now. Israelis can leave by foot and sea, yes, but it's also hard. The airspace is closed, yeah. It's fear tactics and propaganda, yes. There's no real reason for this. So it's like human shields, yes, yes, definitely. Israelis are human shields for the interest of the US empire and the Western empire in the Middle East. Just a fact. They are all human shields for the military base that is called Israel. Okay, guys, so on this note, thank you so much for being with me on this live stream, the Q&A live stream, to celebrate 5,000, going over 5,000 subscribers. Let's see, how many subscribers do I have right now in this very moment? Analytics, let's see. Overview. Subscribers. 5,031 subscribers. So it's been where is my broadcast? Okay, here it is. It's been 2 days and I got 30 more subscribers. Thank you so much, everyone who subscribed. If you are watching this and you're not subscribed to the channel, please subscribe. Our next goal is 10,000, 10K, and I hope to reach it by the end of 2025 to reach 10K subscribers. What do you say? Towards 500,000, inshallah. Inshallah. Thank you. Shukran. Thank you. What's your email? If you want to send me an email, it's hcanaanite@gmail.com. If you want to reach me on Instagram, it's @robleviajero. No, not 10K, 100K at least. Okay, cool. So just subscribe to the channel. Smash that like button. If you want to join my Patreon, the Hebrew Canaanite on Patreon, this helps me a lot. If you want to help the channel, if you have any idea for how you can help this channel, please send me the idea. Okay, hold on. This is not the link. This is the link now, right? Why is it not becoming a link? Hold on. http:// Does that work? Yeah, now it works. Yes. Okay, so this is the Patreon. Share the videos with people you think might find them interesting. Follow me on Instagram as well, on Facebook as well. Facebook is Alon Nisan Cohen. I will write my Facebook name as well. If you want to buy equipment for me, like a microphone, a camera, a phone, a laptop, stuff that helps me produce the content of this channel, this would be very, very appreciated. If you want to help me with editing and stuff like that, do you have a subreddit? No. Yeah. Hatem, do you want to be the admin? I don't have Reddit. So do you want to be the admin of my Reddit channel? You want to open it? The Hebrew Canaanite fan club subreddit. Do you want to open it? You guys should do Arabic translations. If someone knows can help me with doing Arabic translations for the captions of the episodes, please. That would be amazing because there are already captions in English. You can put it in Google Translate. I don't know if you can help me with that. That would be very much appreciated. Any idea that you have, if you can help me with like the socials, if you want to manage my TikTok page and help me do it, other social media, please help me. Okay, please. Oh, and one last thing before I end this broadcast. Let's see if Elik is answering. Let's see if Elik answers the phone. Okay, because I want to talk to him. Let's see. But if he doesn't answer, I want to tell you that Elik Harpaz is one of my best friends, and he has been an amazing partner for this journey. I could not have gotten here without the help of Elik. His friendship means the world to me. He is not answering the phone. No, he's not answering the phone. I wanted to have him on here, but he's unavailable. I don't know what's going on. Elik has been a huge part of why this channel is succeeding, slightly. I could not have done anything that I did without the help of Elik. You should be a leader for peace. That's what I'm trying to do. But peace, true peace. Peace with justice. Peace with equality. Peace with democracy. Peace with respect. Peace with liberation. So, yes, let's continue to liberate everyone, to fight against all forms of oppression. Free Palestine. Go vegan. Freedom for everyone around the planet for all oppression. Bye bye, everyone. Thank you so much.